James Charles and Spirit. Now, if you don't know, Spirit ended up going out of business. Should have been about 10, 12 days or so. No, it was 10 days ago because it was on the 2nd. So the long and short of it is James Charles supposedly gets a DM from an individual who was formerly employed with Spirit, noting that she was recently laid off. Of course, I didn't say laid off, but they went out of business, so that's how she's now out of work. And if he could donate to her GoFundMe, that'd be great. Thanks. And James Charles kind of went off. Now, there's two sides to every bit, and when I originally saw it, I saw frustration, of course, but I think for those who have seen some of James Charles' videos, that's not necessarily anything new about people supposedly, I guess, in his DMs hitting him up, people that are followers, people that are not followers, whatever the case. And that seemed to be more of the frustration than not. And to be honest, I think it's too much. Now, in this situation, not only as a content creator, but as a brand founder, if you will, it would probably going to be the best move to not respond if you didn't want to, donate to the GoFundMe. And that's fine. People ask for donations all the time, just like you see people out and about asking for donations, whatever the case. Now, with that being said, I think the communication, the tone, the language was absolutely appalling. I think that in and of itself was just too much. Like, to be like, be this, you go get another job, it's not my responsibility to fund you, all that kind of stuff. Now, in some respect, what he said was not wrong, but in the manner and how he said it, or how he presented what his concerns were, was where it kind of went off kilter for me. So in that respect, I disagree. However, I think the other side of it is on the DMs all the time, and he's not the only influencer that's talked about that. Michaela Nogueira has talked about it. I think Jackie Ina's talked about it. It was on Jackie Ina's. Ended up getting a new job, and they needed like equipment for the job to be able to kind of like make it work. And Jackie, I guess, sent them funds, whatever it was. It wasn't a ton of money, but the person was like, that was several years ago, and I really appreciate it. I was able to get a desk and a chair and some other technology and headphones and whatever else to be able to get them going with their gig. And she's like, I forever be grateful for that. So I understand why people reach out, but to expect it and all the other things, I don't know. All publicity is not good publicity. Some people feel otherwise, but I don't know. I feel like if I'm going to be, top of the tabloids, if you will, I want it to be for something positive, not in that respect. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.